Hello, everybody. Welcome to Loose Butthole, the show where we talk about dumb shit until we inevitably end up talking about titties and having a lengthy discussion about them. My name's Luke. This is Matt.
Now I'm thinking about titties. What's up? Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a show where we drink, we smoke, and we try to joke. But
Mostly the
I
first
think
two.
mostly the first two, probably not as heavy on the jokes. But I see Luke's already got that smelling salt cranked up. Um, yeah, so I think since this is episode one, probably the first thing that we should do is explain what the fuck our name is. Um, some of you might have heard of this. It's more
Get real technical with it.
colloquially term. Uh, it derives from the show Workaholics, and they had this term tight butthole. And the best way to explain loose butthole is to explain what tight butthole is, which is something that's cool, established, uh, put together, and that's not what the fuck we are. Obviously, we're just a couple retards with
Give me an
smelling
example
salts
of
beer in our
something
hands.
that's tight butthole to you, Matt.
Tight butthole. Oh, Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston is tight butthole.
She's tight butthole.
Not has
Yeah,
a
and
tight butthole, is tight
she
butthole.
probably has a tight butthole, but she is tight butthole. I'd say loose butthole, if you want to stay in the celebrity realm, would be like Artie Lang, if you know who that
I
guy
don't know
is.
who that is.
He's a comedian. He's done so much cocaine in his life that his nose is currently flat.
Really?
He doesn't. If you Google a picture of him, he doesn't have a fucking nose. He looks like a fucking idiot.
No shit, dude.
It's crazy. It's the worst nose I've ever seen.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. So that's loose butthole. Um,
I want to be like that guy.
we're probably on our way. But all right, I got my smelling salt handy. We didn't even plan this really. We just decided that we're gonna
I
do
just
it.
needed to crack it. Now my eyes are watering like fuck.
All right, I'm gonna pull my microphone away because I'm gonna start coughing and shit.
You bitch.
All right, I haven't done a smelling salt in months, dude.
Me either.
All right,
I
you
just
ready?
cry. Yeah, do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1. All right. And I feel like if you needed any further introduction to what loose butthole means, it's that we're doing smelling salts 4 minutes into our first episode.
I have a beer
I got a beer.
and
I
two
got
backup beers.
several. I also have 2 backup beers.
In case I get dehydrated,
9%.
vitamin water.
Sponsor opportunity.
Yeah, vitamin water.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
Yeah. So actually, we were talking about this, and we wanted to talk about our goals for this podcast, and what we're expecting out of it. And I don't expect to get more than 3 viewers.
I
Honestly,
expect nothing. Whatever.
I expect.
don't
I'm not trying to
have-
make. I'm not trying to make money off of this. I'm just trying to dick around and get drunk on a Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah.
But we were saying we know that we will have made it when we get Brazzers as our sponsor,
XNXX.
and
All the
XNX
fucking way.
because they're free.
We don't pay for porn here.
We don't pay for porn, but we want you to pay.
Yeah.
And Brazzers is way more prestigious than XNXX. So we will XNXX. That's not an affront to you. I will gladly accept you as a sponsor.
Yeah.
That being said, if we do get contacted by Brazzers, you're out the door. I'm sorry. Dude, when I was in college, and me and Luke went to college together, by the way.
When you were in college? I didn't know
That's
you
how we
went to
know each other.
college.
Yeah, all those years ago.
Yeah.
Um, our fraternity, I've heard other people do this before too, but our fraternity all got together in a chapter meeting, like 60 dudes jerking each other off in a classroom or something. We all decided executively that we were going to put part of our dues towards getting a chapter Brazzers account. So they went in, they paid for it month to month. They sent out the subscription, and I think there could only be 3 people on the account at the time. So if you were ever not able to get it, you knew that 3 other dudes were jerking off at the same time.
That's the thing, dude. Like, there's got to be porn sites out there that there's no limitation on, like, the accounts. So why doesn't one dude just bite the bullet, pay for the porn subscription, and give it to everybody, dude? If I paid for porn, I would give everybody my shit. Like, why wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I mean, I do that with so much shit. Like,
dude, I share so many things with fucking...
Dude, we all use your fucking Netflix. Now I'm paying for the fucking Hulu account, but we all share the same Netflix, HBO, like, all that shit. Like, my entire family uses my Spotify account.
Yeah,
like,
my cousin uses your Hulu. His kid watches Curious George on it.
So I changed the Hulu account because your credit card expired or something. So I was like, well, looks like I got to start paying for fucking Hulu.
Dude, how did you just jack my Hulu account? I'm still confused about that.
Because I had the login. I just had to go in and change the credit card.
You stole my email, dude.
No, I just changed it. It's my email now, but I still gave you access because I was like, I don't give a shit. But so then I go in, I make an account, and then I tell my whole family, hey, just so you know, I'm paying for Hulu. Actually, now I have like the Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus bundle, which is like hardly more than Hulu.
I have Disney Plus.
If I give you the information,
you, dude.
But
watching fucking Aristocats jerking your dick off to fucking young Selena Gomez.
So I tell my entire family I got this Hulu account because I normally share shit. Like I use my dad's like Verizon account or like whatever it is. So I'm like, hey, just so you know, I got Hulu and shit. Like, here's the login if you guys want to use it. I give them the login. I log into Hulu like 4 days later. Luke had gone in and made a fucking profile called Titty City. And I'm like, God damn it. I don't think
we had to separate our shows somehow.
I think the only family member of mine that has logged in like and made an account is my sister. So like I don't think my parents have, like my sister was probably just like, you're a fucking dickhead, like whatever. But like I'm waiting for the day like my fucking dad logs on and he's like, what the fuck is this? And I have to explain that it's not me.
I swear, Dad, it wasn't me. I just lent it my friend for a little bit. It's my friend. It's not mine.
I don't remember.
Don't worry about it.
Oh man.
Well, that's a good segue, huh?
Yeah. So we want to talk about the structure of the podcast a little bit. We're sort of rambling on right now, but I think we do have a more thought out process for the future of the podcast. We kind of just wanted to introduce ourselves a little bit and get some sort of personality across. I don't know how 10-15 minutes in we're in right now, but if you're still here, you might enjoy this podcast. Obviously anyone that quit off would not enjoy this podcast.
Wow.
And there's still a chance if you're still here, you're not gonna like this podcast either. So but we are gonna have some sort of a plan. It's not rigid, it's not set in stone, but generally entering an episode. Luke, do you want to sort of explain what our process is going to be?
Yeah, let me just preface this by saying by episode like 3 or 4, the plan will be obsolete. So I don't even know. I don't even know why we're doing this, to be honest.
We're not gonna fucking plan.
But normally we're gonna start off by having a topic that we agreed upon initially, like before the show, and then each of us have prepared 2 to 3, maybe 4 topics that
it's
we
fucking
don't.
Weak already. This is
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah, you got the shitty ones. 2 to 3, maybe 4 topics that we don't know what the other person has, and we're gonna gain some inflection on them. So
inflection and non-rehearsed commentary on the
no
subject.
bullshit.
No.
And that brings us to episode 1, the spectrum, which me and Matt are most definitely on, for sure. Not medically diagnosed, but we're there.
Luke might be in a different part of the bell curve than I
Yeah,
am, but
yeah.
you know, we're all on the bell curve.
The curve wouldn't exist if there weren't for people like me.
No, but yeah. So we will have a prepared topic that we sort of delve a little more deeply into that we both know, and then some random topics that are sort of impromptu that the other person doesn't know about. Which brings me to the first prompt that I want to talk about, and
I
that
mean,
is Tom Brenneman.
I don't know who that is.
Dude, the guy, you know who it is. The guy who last week said
Oh, the Reds guy?
F the F capital of the world. And it went out to the entire internet. And one of my favorite subreddits right now is watch people die inside. And I think that's the most perfect fucking video for that sub, because you know that he was halfway through the game when a producer said in his ear, "Hey man, you just
Whoa.
said the F gay slur to the entire country," and you could see in his eyes immediately that he knew his career was over.
Nah, bro. Like, it wasn't even like, oh, yeah, that guy might be an F. Like, he didn't even use it in,
No.
like, that way. He literally went for, like, the most derogatory fucking way you could say that word.
And not only that, but he really put emphasis on the word.
Yeah, dude, it was like that word was like 4 seconds long.
Yeah, it had multiple F's, multiple A's, and like 2 large G's.
Like, if he
end.
said rag, it would have been rag.
This is the rag capital of the world. Like, not
Dude.
this is the rag capital of the world. Like, and then he tries to come on. First of all, the best part of the video to me is that mid apology, some dude hits a home run, and he has to commentate the home run.
Yeah, it was
So
great.
he's talking like, I'm so sorry. This is not how I feel. Oh, Derek Jones hits a home run to left field, and now the game's tied. Anyway, I'm a religious man. And then he just tries to use that. Everyone uses that of like, I'm a man of faith. He literally said, I'm a man of faith.
I'm a man of faith.
And to me,
What does that
I
mean?
was
You
just
never
like,
cheated on your wife once, or what?
First
Or
of all,
like you
dude-
believe in God? None of those attribute
First
to
of
your
all, dude,
personality.
if I was at work and also in front of a microphone broadcasting live
Yeah,
to the
that's
entire country,
That's a
I
wrong
would
way to use your
hear-
slurs.
I wouldn't even think about those words.
No.
And the fact that he said that word in front of a microphone, like at work, like, and then he tries to say like he's a man of faith. First of all, everyone knows that Christian people hate gay people, so
Yeah.
you're outing yourself right there. And second of all, if you're gonna use that word in front of a microphone at your job, you're using that word daily.
Yeah. Like, if being caught when you're thinking you're off camera, but you got caught on camera. Off camera is like who you actually are. Like
Like
on
a Donald
camera,
Sterling kind of thing.
yeah, on camera you're this
Remember that dude?
fucking great broadcaster, commentator, whatever. You're not great, but you're just fucking, people see
Yeah.
you as a baseball commentator and probably not a bad dude. And then like if you say something off the air, that's who you actually are. Like you kind of create a persona when you're a broadcaster.
Yeah. I was watching that show Brockmire with you, right?
Yeah, I think we watched that a little bit.
With Hank Azaria. He was like he used to, so the premise of the show was he was a major league commentator, I think, for the Cardinals. And then he was playing in Kansas City, which is also where this dude
The
got
Reds guy.
fired. The Reds guy got fired. And he found out that his wife was cheating on him mid-broadcast, and he went on a fucking rampage to the entire stadium and shit. And he's just like, "You fucking whore, goddamn, you fucking bitch! I hope you get fucking like hit by a car, like all this shit." And he gets fired immediately, and his life goes to shit. But the best comment I saw on Reddit about that was like, "Damn, 2 great commentators fired in Kansas City."
Yeah. Dude, I also wanted to talk about. So Mike Milbury does the hockey broadcast for NBC, and
Oh, that's the yeah.
everyone hates him. He's a shit commentator. He's just an asshole. But he said when he was on the air, he said hockey players are like able to concentrate more because there's no women in the bubble. And
I mean,
he had to leave the bubble. But like that's kind of true. I mean, obviously like hockey players aren't really like the most frivolous kind of like, going to clubs, and most of them have like wives and shit, but like if you're not chasing girls, you're definitely like more prone to focus.
The problem is, I think what he meant and how we interpret it is different.
Like, obviously, women being here makes me not able to focus.
I think he meant like, oh, you don't have some woman to nag you, like your wife's not up your ass, something like that, which isn't in 2020.
But what he really meant was they're not chasing skirts.
Exactly, dude. Because like I don't know too much about like the hockey social life, but especially in like basketball and football,
I don't know anything about social life.
Like they're going out there fucking girls every night. They're always at the club. They're always getting
they
laid.
Like pass them around.
Fucking models and shit. Like,
you take this one this day. You take that one.
FPD.
It's like Oprah fucking handing out fucking.
You get a hoe. You get a hoe. You get a hoe.
You get two hoes. So you had a good game.
You get the game ball and a threesome. But. Yeah, in that regard, I understand it, where it's just like, all right, they're here, and the only thing that they could do is play basketball. It's like they don't have the distraction of trying to pursue women. Not necessarily that women are distracting them, but they are being distracted by women.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not really, it's only like a terrible comment if you just analyze it. Like, people analyze shit.
Yeah, I mean, everything's under the microscope
like
these
Matt,
days.
If you're walking down the street and there's on the left side across the street from you, you see a beautiful woman, yoga pants, sports bra. On this side, you see a homeless dude. Which way are you gonna look?
I'm gonna look to the hot girl.
Exactly.
But I would feel slightly more inclined to have to give money to the homeless guy.
Why?
Because he needs it, and that girl's just being a fucking whore.
No shit.
Like, do you ever go on, not necessarily her, but do you ever go on Tinder and girls literally put in their bio, like, Venmo me, and they put their Venmo?
Yeah, but
you ever seen that?
The problem is that, like,
who the fuck is Venmoing
exactly,
these girls, dude?
That's the problem, is that people do it.
How much of a fucking simp cuck do you have to be?
You gotta be real scumbag.
Venmo a fucking girl that didn't even swipe right on you on Instagram or Tinder, whatever. That's fucking stupid, dude.
Dude, I'm like, I knew a girl who would like sell her underwear all the time. You could make some serious fucking money doing shit like that. Because dudes are fucking dumb. They're
desperate as fuck. I was texting my friend yesterday. I was like, dude, I haven't gotten laid in so long. I'm about to start paying for porn.
When you hit you haven't had sex so long, you hit the fetish shit. So you're like, oh, fuck.
Oh, shit, this girl's got an OnlyFans? Let's see what's going on there.
My kink is getting more specific.
And then he just responded to me. He was like, my man, porn is free. I was like, yeah, but I need to feel bad about myself.
You always have to, like, there's always the temptation where you find like a thumbnail and you're like, oh my god, I need to fucking watch this. But then you're like, oh my god, there's like 3 billion porn videos over there, or this one porn video that's $30. We should go that way.
I've spent 30, 45, 60 minutes just trying to find the porn video that I want to actually jack off
to.
Dude.
It's
like to the
somewhere. It's on a Russian website somewhere, and you can fucking find it.
Yeah, all right. I'm on page 36. Maybe I'll have better luck.
That's where Google hides them.
Dude, I swear to God, I think if I had to like try to convince a psychiatrist that I have ADD, is I would just be like, look, I can't stay on a porn video for more than 20 seconds. Like, I'm already scrolling down into the recommended and
Yeah.
clicking on this
Oh,
shit
this
of
looks nice, but
her sister,
what
like when
could
she
this
fucks her
experience be?
mom. Yeah, it's like, oh, her tits look a little bit nice. See, we always come back to tits. Her tits look a little nicer, or like, oh, like, oh, she's doing this, like, that looks more intriguing, but, you know.
Well, since we're on it, Matt, give me your give me your porn star of the week, Matt.
Mm.
Who are you into?
All right, this is a recurring segment that we are very much planning to continue, if nothing else, on this show. And
I'm gonna look her up too. So,
all
as
right,
soon as you say it, I'm gonna look her up.
I would fully expect you, and I hope that everyone else does. My porn star of the week, she might have. Remember when Mark Sanchez had the butt fumble,
Yeah.
and it was the not top 10 play for about 52 weeks in a row before they finally retired it.
You're not gonna tell me this was a girl that was in like Two Girls, One Cup, and now she's a real
No.
porn actress, are you?
No. But
Because if
this
she's eating
girl has-
poop, I'm not into her, Matt.
No. She's above board, and by above board I mean above the asshole, usually. No, but she's definitely more than my porn star of the week. She has had numerous titles
Is
in
this
her
this is
in her
your
bout.
OnlyFans
porn.
girl of the week, or
No, I don't. No, she isn't porn. However, I will say that as she's gaining in popularity, she's transitioning out of porn into being.
she is a Washington Nationals broadcaster, being Mia Khalifa?
Yes, that's exactly right. No, and that's okay. That's why I hate this OnlyFans trend, is that because girls can make the same or more amount of money by doing less.
That's great.
And that isn't
for
a
them,
sexual.
though.
That isn't a. That isn't
That's
a.
great
that,
for
that,
them, though. Instead of like
it's
these
okay.
bullshit porn companies literally fucking them. Dude,
Oh, fucking
Mia
them.
Khalifa made like, she got paid like $12,000 like originally, and then 180K just because like
I think I
they
saw
made,
that like
yeah,
article or something.
yeah, they made
Um,
she made them so much money that they just like gave her 180,000, but that was over 3
Yeah.
years, bro. They don't
Damn.
make fucking shit.
All right. First of all, I want to
But
clarify.
they become like B-list celebrities, so that's
Yeah.
I mean,
First of
Mia
all, I wanna
Khalifa's obviously
clarify-
making more money than that.
Yeah. First of all, I want to clarify. I was not trying to be sexist in that comment. I don't want women to work less hard. But when they go from doing full-on porn to like nude pictures on OnlyFans, you're losing a bit of the experience there.
Here's the thing,
And that's
though,
like
Matt.
that's what this girl is. She started off in porn, made a name for herself, got enough of a following base, and now she's not really doing porn anymore because she realized that she could make the same amount of money just by posting
Not
like
fucking
Instagram
random dudes.
videos. Yeah, not fucking random dudes or anyone at all.
Anyone at all?
But
think no one's fucking her?
I mean, I'm sure someone's fucking her, but I'm not seeing it. I'm
I
not
bet
seeing it.
someone's fucking her.
But all right, Luke. So put your fingers on the keyboard. I got the porn star of the week for you. Her name is Autumn Falls.
Autumn Falls.
I believe she's currently 19 or 20. She has enormous tits. She's a beautiful
19
Latino
or
girl.
20? Oh yeah, okay.
She started porn when she
This
was
is
18.
so
I
you,
think.
Matt. This is
Yeah,
you
dude. She's
as
my
fuck.
she's my type, like to a T. Like
Yeah,
sexy
she is.
Latino with huge tits and nice ass and a good body.
Huge
but-
tits, nice ass, good body. Aren't those like?
Dude, and if you that's all the criteria. But dude, somehow her tits just also keep getting bigger.
Really?
Yeah, like they started big and now they're fucking massive.
So she doesn't do porn anymore? What, is she just like a model
I haven't
now?
seen much stuff. Yeah, she's kind of a model. Like if you check out like a Reddit thread or something like that.
How many Instagram followers does she have?
I don't
1.3
even-
million.
I don't even follow her on Instagram. I don't think.
So
but
like it's crazy that
that's not where you're gonna get the good stuff.
okay, none of these pictures. These are all like bikini photos where the bottom of her tits are hanging out.
Yeah, that's why you don't go to Instagram. You go to fucking Reddit or Pornhub.
Pornhub X browsers.
Brazzers, we're
Oh,
still willing
I
to have you
see
as a
this
sponsor.
one where she's got sunscreen on her tits, where it looks like a cum shot.
Ah,
I think they did that on purpose.
probably.
Okay, yeah,
And
this is totally you, Matt. I get that. That's easy.
you would fuck her. Come on, you
Oh,
would fuck her.
anyone in the world would. Let's be honest. Anyone in the world. All right, great choice, Matt.
All right, let me
However,
pull up my
I didn't know
shit.
we were doing Instagram models of the week. I
No,
thought
she's
we
not.
were doing
I swear to
porn
Luke,
star of the week.
Luke, do a deep dive on Pornhub later, and you will find a lot of cum all over her body.
Gross. All right, Matt. For you today, I present you with Athena Ferris.
Athena Ferris. Name's not even coming up.
Faris.
Faris. Directly to her Pornhub page. All right, definitely a different trajectory than my. Yeah,
Way different.
I'm gonna do some research on this chick later. She's pretty hot. She's got a huge black cock in her mouth in this video that I'm looking at. Her tits definitely aren't as big, which I don't love, but she looks pretty hot, and she looks
You
like a.
are like a
she
tit
looks like a slut.
supremacist, dude.
I swear to you, I love tits, dude.
I realized that.
Yeah, they're a critical part of the female body for me.
I've noticed.
But
I've begun appreciating like anything, dude. Just like
I'm trying to get to that.
I'm trying to
point
like cut everything else out. I'm like, oh, that's great. I don't really, but like you got
yeah,
this, which is like,
I've been
whoa.
trying to do that. I've been trying to train myself to do that more. Is to look at girls that are sort
shit,
of
I forgot to go
outside of
incognito.
my, oh man, they're gonna get you. Her tits aren't small. They're not big, but
Dude,
they're not small.
She's fucking gorgeous. That's just like
Yeah, she's pretty
sometimes
attractive.
I get into like holes where like, okay, this girl kind of looks like a normal girl that I might have like a tiny chance with, instead of like Gazongo boobs over here who I'm never gonna have sex with in my life, or anyone who remotely looks like this woman. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think that's part of like the porn fantasy.
Yeah. It's
Is
just
that,
sometimes,
like,
dude.
you're jerking off to people that you can't fuck.
Yeah.
Like because like if
That
you're
ruins
dating
you,
a
though.
girl,
You shouldn't
if
do
you,
stuff
oh,
like
it
that.
does. No, it's unhealthy.
It's
it's not good for your
very
psyche.
unhealthy.
But I mean, like that's kind of like the thing. Like if you're dating a girl, like if you're watching porn, you're probably not gonna be jerking off to girls that look like her because like you're already getting that. You know what I mean?
I like to ask this question a lot to women, like, if you're dating someone and he watches porn, do you think that's cheating? Any girl that answers yes, I would never associate with in my life.
I would say most girls that I know or have like been with all admit to watching porn.
Yeah.
And like I think that's hot. I'm trying to think about I don't think my ex and I ever watched porn together, but we would like talk about porn, like or like she'd be like, "Oh, I'm getting off to like this right now," or like, I'd say something like that, which, we never really got to the point where we were like fucking each other watching porn. We didn't date like a super long time, but like, but yeah,
I just have this
I don't
image
think
in
she
my
ever
head
did.
of you yelling at your ex-girlfriend. Yeah, my cock isn't black, but it's nice.
No, she never said that. I was more the asshole in that relationship, but
Oh, you were the asshole?
we were
Would
both
you
the
say you
asshole.
were loose butthole, Matt?
It was a loose butthole relationship. It was it wasn't tight. There was a lot of shit gushing out
Gotta
of that
keep it
asshole.
like this.
Yeah, it was more like this with like the propensity to go like this sometimes. And if anyone's listening on audio, we do have a video podcast up on YouTube, and if you want to see what we're doing with our fists that may or may not be up our assholes at a certain point during the show.
Basically, make a fist and then look at it.
Clench it as tightly as possible. That's
Yeah.
what tight buttholes looks
Yes.
like. Now, take your fist and touch
Matt, did you see
your.
that thing I sent you on Snapchat?
When was that?
Like, like 30 minutes ago when I was.
I don't think so. My phone's on the charger.
You bastard.
No, I haven't looked at it. Should I look at
Yeah,
it
take
now?
a look at it. No, take a look at it.
Dude, so my phone's been fucked and it can only wirelessly charge, so I have to like set it aside. You know what I mean? Like I
you
can't like
fucked the Johnson?
I can't like
The
I don't know
the
what
inner Johnson?
Yeah, the innards of the Johnson, like the vagina hole of your iPhone. Is
Dude, in
just
high
not
school I
working.
had to have my phone and then I would have to have the cord out at the bottom and then wrap it around and then go to the
Damn.
wall. So it was always
What the fuck is this bullshit? You said? Send me a video of a fucking shark head on a stick, just looking like it. Wait, there were two of them. There was a great white and there was a hammerhead. Who's the fucking great white and who's the hammerhead?
Are you listening to it, dude? You gotta listen to it. It's so funny.
No, dude, I got my fucking head.
No,
for
dude,
doing a
listen to
goddamn
it. Listen to
podcast
it. It's
right
funny
now.
as shit.
Should
You
I
have
hold
to
up the
listen to it.
microphone?
No.
Should I hold it up
No,
to the
don't.
microphone?
Just listen to it for yourself. You got the noise canceling Johns?
They're Astros. I just didn't want to hold it up too close to the mic in case there was anything inappropriate.
There was no.
No, it wasn't. I was fucking stupid, dude.
Yeah, but it's funny as shit. See, it's so dumb that it just makes you laugh because some
It's
dude
funny.
is sitting there holding two fucking shark puppets and filming it. Oh, your Jules
Yep.
making me kind of jealous right now.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Jewel, if you want to sponsor us, we would greatly appreciate that too.
Yeah, bring back mango pods.
Please bring back mango pods because this fucking menthol shit is bullshit.
Yeah, dude. Fuck all
I'm
you
still
high
a-
school
I'm-
kids who
I'm-
won't
I'm
allow
still
my
a-
adult body to have the fucking substance that it needs.
I'm still addicted as fuck. You can't lose me as a customer. Like I'm just gonna buy the fucking mango pods. Like the taste is only gonna make my experience better.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna be addicted as fuck to nicotine. Let's be honest.
Now, do you think the kids who were smoking the mango pods don't smoke the Juul anymore, or are they smoking the menthol pods?
They're I'd go like 80-20 on that. Like 20% dropped out, but 80% of
20
them are
dropped
like,
out, 80 went to the. Dude, I don't know. Those things taste like shit. And as a kid,
They
you're
do
not
taste
really
like
into
shit.
fucking.
Yeah, true. You don't have that like
Dude, the
self-abuse.
fruity mango flavor. Oh, it was otherworldly, dude. That was you're like a kid at a fair getting your fucking first cotton candy.
But even the problem with those was like you'd go through a pack of mango, and by the end you'd be so sick of mango, you got to switch over to mint. And then by the end of mint, you're so sick you got to switch over to mango. But it was still nice you had options. Now it's like
That's wrong. That's wrong.
now
in
it's like
every way.
the lesser of two evils is
Menthol.
menthol. And if you're really sick of menthol, you go tobacco.
Are those the only two?
Yep. Actually, so there were three. There was classic tobacco,
That's what
which
I
was
thought.
okay. Virginia tobacco, which is
Yes.
tastes like you're breathing a fucking car tailpipe in your mouth.
Smoking tobacco flavored is like putting a
It's
piece of
disgusting.
fucking mulch in your mouth. It just
Dude, one of my
Wait,
friends in
switch it
college,
around.
one of my friends in college, because like you know how we all used to be like, "Yo, can I hit your jewel?"
Yep.
Like I used to do that to you all the
Yep,
time. I
you
do that
did.
to my friends
And now
all the time
you're
until I
addicted,
stopped-
and
until I
I'm the
got
one
it.
who doesn't smoke a jewel.
Yeah,
You made
exactly.
fun of me, Matt. You guys made fun of me for smoking a jewel, and now you're that person.
No, that was more Jeff, dude. I was like, cool, he has a jewel, I can hit his jewel. Yeah,
You were
whereas Jeff
reaping the
was like-
secondhand benefits all you wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas Jeff was like, "You're fucking addicted, bro. You're a piece of shit. You can't quit." But to back up his point, you threw your jewel out the window and bought another one immediately afterwards.
No, I got the fucking.
Oh, you got that big ass fucker.
No. I threw my jewel out in New York
when he was coming home sexless from an 8-hour trip to
We're
try
not
to
gonna
get
talk
laid.
about that. This is not
We're
the
gonna
place for that.
maybe
Okay.
episode 3 we'll talk
I
about
don't want to
that.
relive that.
That was one of the most sad moments ever, dude. Like,
Dude.
we have to tell a story at some point
Yeah.
because just like the beginning to the end of that story is fantastic.
That was the hottest chick ever, dude. Like,
I don't think I've ever met her, but I remember seeing her pictures and being like, yeah, she's pretty
Oh
fucking
my
sick.
god. Okay. So, what the fuck were we talking about?
The
How I
jewel,
got rid of the jewel. Okay.
yeah, which goes along with the story that
So,
I feel like you should right now.
there was one time where I don't know what happened, but I either I think I washed it in the washing machine, so it didn't work anymore.
Oh, dude, I accidentally dropped. Side story. I was really drunk at a bar, and I was drooling while I was taking a piss, and the drool fell out of my mouth and landed in the toilet.
Ew. Did you continue to use? Is that the jewel that fell in the fucking toilet?
It's not this one, but I don't want to comment any further on that story.
Gross. It's not the first time you'd be touching dick in a bathroom, Matt.
No, that's another story that I have to be a little more drunk to tell that one.
Anyway, I watched the jewel, and me being the nicotine fiend that I am, went out because I didn't want you guys to make fun of me. I didn't tell you.
No, you eventually told me because you knew that I wouldn't judge you.
Yeah, which me telling you is me telling you and Jeff because you're gonna tell Jeff because that's just how we work.
I can't remember if I told Jeff, but if
you
I
told
did,
Jeff, dude. You told
it was
Jeff
like a month though.
no,
It
you
was
told
like a
Jeff
month.
2 days later.
No way. No, I kept that secret for at least a couple weeks.
That's really all you can ask for, I guess.
That's all, dude. If I didn't tell him immediately, you should be happy about that.
Dude, I bought a new one, all secret because I didn't want you guys to make fun of me for spending. Dude,
This is garbage.
you got more, or you only have one?
No, it's my only fucking one. I literally before the show put a box of 100 in my Amazon cart.
Really? That's a great purchase.
Yep. Another thing I need to be addicted to.
Medline, hit me up with the sponsorship. Even though this is not what you guys advertise your product as, it's good. It's
We
great.
will take a beer company, a porn company, a tobacco company,
Jewel.
pretty much anything else, a derivative of a tobacco company.
Yeah.
But another thing is I was gonna bring up. I recently installed a bidet, and we both.
Matt, stop. Shut up. On Loose Butthole, we're not supposed to actually talk about your fucking butthole, dude.
Talk about whatever the fuck I want, dude. All I'm gonna say,
we're
not
literally
get
gonna
into
sit here for
details.
10 minutes and talk about how clean
No,
your butthole is.
This is a free. This is a free public ad read. I'm not being sponsored by Tushy. Get that
Tushy?
shit.
Tushy.
It's called Tushy.
Okay.
It's a bidet called Tushy. Doesn't take that long to install. 20, 30 minutes if you're retarded like me. Dude, I can't even enjoy shitting in public anymore. It's totally changed and kind of ruined my life
Because your
simultaneously.
bum doesn't get wet?
Dude, bidets are fucking. I highly recommend them. They're fucking awesome. It's like you feel much cleaner, and it's like a mini prostate exam at the same time. So
We all know you're real into those.
oh, dude, I get one semi-annually. I don't fuck around with prostate cancer.
See, what I do, Matt, is they're called One Wipe Charlies. They're like
I've heard of those.
they're like
yeah.
mint flavored wipes, and they leave like a cool aftertone on your butthole.
So when you're getting your ass eaten, you got that nice fresh flavor down there.
You
It's
know
like
it,
chewing
brother.
a pack of gum.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
the peppermint fatty. You know what that is?
No.
When a girl chews peppermint gum and sucks your dick. so it feels like cool on it.
Jesus Christ. Dude, have you I was this popped in my head. Have you ever heard the Reddit story of Jolly Rancher? The
No,
Jolly Rancher.
no.
It's one of those old school Reddit stories. This guy, trying to remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure this is how it went down. This guy had a Jolly Rancher in his mouth that he was sucking on, and then he started going down on his girlfriend.
Okay,
And
I
then
think
all
that's
of a
pretty
sudden
normal. That happens all the
lost
time.
lost the Jolly Rancher in her vagina.
Oh,
But then tried to suck it back out because he's like, "Oh shit, I just put a fucking Jolly Rancher in your pussy."
what the fuck? Did he like
He
suck out
sucks
her
out
ovaries?
he sucks out some sort of ovarian cyst
Yeah.
and then bites down on it and fucking gets all the fucking pus or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
exists in a cyst in his mouth.
Okay.
So disgusting, dude.
my st- my stomach was not ready for that story, dude. I was not. I was expecting you to just say the Jolly Rancher evaporated in her vagina and
No,
everything was good. But you
dude,
went all
no.
medical shit on me, and now I'm
No.
imagining a dude eating a fucking ovarian cyst.
Dude, no Reddit story. It's that clean cut. There's always a dark twist to an ending.
Bro, that's the
And I
most
have
disgusting
plenty.
thing
I
I've
have
ever
plenty
heard.
more. I have plenty more of those. The comeback story, the Doritos story, the guy with two broken arms story. We can get into all those at some point.
Speaking of that, have you ever
Two
heard?
broken arms.
Kind of. Let's say kind of. Have you ever heard of nugget porn?
Yes.
All right.
Never watched it, but I
No?
have heard of it.
No.
Actually, that leads me to something more fucked up, which I have watched, not for sexual enjoyment,
Oh,
just for.
bullshit. I'm saying
No, no,
bullshit
no, no, no.
already.
I swear to God, it's not sexually turned on at all. But someone told me about this, and it was so funny and so out there. I had to look it up, and I did find it. It's called pterodactyl porn.
Pterodactyl.
And
Is that like
basically,
furries?
the scene was that there was like an orgy of probably 6 people, 1 girl and 5 dudes, all dressed up in
See, I don't call
pterodactyl
that an
concept.
orgy. I call that a gangbang.
All right, I guess.
What's
it's a
your
gangbang.
orgy versus gangbang comparison?
I
I
guess you're
think
right.
if there's more
I
than
think
if there's more than one girl, it's an orgy. If there's only
okay,
one
yeah,
girl, it's a
I
gangbang.
would agree with that if you want to get specific
Yeah.
about it. Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
you need 2 of each gender
Yes.
to be an orgy, but dude, these people were literally dressed up with the backdrop of like a cave in the background. 5 dudes dressed up in fucking hardcore not like fucking like stuffed animal pterodactyls, like you're
like
trying
a
to win a
real
fucking
Jurassic Park type fucking
Jurassic Park.
pterodactyl.
You're trying to win a county fair for your Halloween costume, pterodactyl costume. And they're all just swarming around her, just taking turns, just fucking the shit out of this girl. It was the funniest thing. Dude, me, my roommate, and my ex-girlfriend at the time were all just sitting there watching this, cracking the fuck up because it was so funny.
That's great, dude. Dude, that's
Yeah,
the
I'll
thing.
see the video.
That's why OnlyFans is great, because you can create fetishes like that and
Yeah.
stick with it, and
Yeah.
people will pay you for it.
Yeah.
What do you think the production value of 5 pterodactyls, 1 girl was? How much? Wait, let me change that question. Stop. Let me change the question. How much money do you think that girl got?
Not a lot. I'm gonna be honest. She really, it wasn't like a hashtag browser sponsor us kind of video. It was like it was like a dark part of Pornhub that someone that wants to get into porn
Wait,
is really desperate
did you
to
see
do
that?
it. Like that was
I
what?
tried to drink the backup beer.
I've done that before. But
She's trying to make it big. You think
she's
by,
trying to
by
trying
starting
to
off
put a
in the
foot- she's trying to-
pterodactyl porn?
dude, because fucking like Lisa Ann or Jaden James or like whoever else is big, they're not gonna find themselves in these situations where they're getting fucked by 5 pterodactyls in the middle of a fucking cave in some dude's
All right, let me
basement.
ask you another question. Was she hot?
I honestly don't remember because I think I was so focused on the pterodactyls. Like that was
You were staring at the cocks. The 5 cocks were too much for you to
I was
handle.
I was like, this is so outrageous. I'm just like intrigued. Like there was nothing like I wasn't watching it for any sexual value at all. I was really just sitting in my living room.
You
Like
couldn't
this sounds
even like make your manly subjective. You couldn't even create your subjective view of the woman that
no.
we create about every woman we ever see.
No, I was so distracted just by the utter nonsense of what was going on in the scene that I just wasn't even paying attention to the actual porn part of it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's something that's would turn me on either. Like I don't have a fucking dinosaur fetish.
Hey man,
Whatever
you go
fucks out
deep
there.
enough, you'll eventually start liking
Oh.
some dinosaurs.
I mean, if fucking Autumn Falls dressed up in a dinosaur costume, I'd sign up for that.
See, now that's where you're kind of like hypocritical because if that girl was Autumn Falls, you would watch it for sexual pleasure.
That's true, which leads me to think that the girl wasn't all that hot. And also the fact
Right?
that I have those two notions of she wasn't that hot and she didn't get paid a lot of money
There's no way she
really
made.
enforces the fact that she was not hot.
Give me your guesstimate price range. Go ahead. I got my number. I'm gonna go ahead.
See, I'm not like an expert at how much people get paid for
Me
porn,
either.
but
Just take like a
I would,
Craigslist guess, cause you know
I'm
this was
gonna
from
guess
Craigslist.
I'm gonna guess like $2,000.
$2,000.
What were you gonna say?
$200.
All right,
I'm
I was
thinking
being
they like bought her a Big Mac and a
okay.
fucking large sweet tea and sent her on her way.
All right,
'Cause-
now that I'm thinking about it, you asked before what do I think the production cost of that video
yeah.
was, and I'm going to say that paying her was less than 50% of the cost of making that video.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. What do you think's what do you think's harder to obtain? A,
pterodactyl.
a cave or a girl willing to fuck 5 pterodactyls in that cave?
It wasn't even a real cave. It was like a fucking
Yeah, I know. I can imagine it.
tap piece with rocks on it. But oh yeah, they probably put $600 into the costumes and paid her $300. Now that I'm thinking about
Somewhere around there, dude.
Yeah.
Or
it was a sub $1,000 video.
I've come to learn that like humans are super weird. Like you and I can be like normal average citizens and like yet we're still not. Like we still do weird shit. You know what I'm saying? And there are people
Yeah.
who trounce us on the weird scale.
I would
Like,
say that like we're with it enough to know how to function in a normal society where
Yeah.
we don't have conversations like pterodactyl porn when we walk into work in the morning.
it's that we're literally we're choosing to spend our free time talking about pterodactyl porn instead.
It's like a release kind
And you spent your free time watching said pterodactyl porn.
of, got a lot of free time, man. But no, like we're with it enough to know how to function as normal adults in society. This kind of shit is almost like a cathartic release of like you go through like 18 hours of your day having to pretend to be like a normal person, and you can finally sit down for like an hour and say some fucked up shit or something, you know?
18? You try to be normal 18 hours? Dude, I gave up. I can't. I'm not a normal person. I fucking understand that. And I think like understanding it is half the battle.
Oh yeah.
Because if
Well,
you understand that you're like a niche fucking weirdo that like not everyone is gonna like, you just kind of just stop caring. You're like, yeah,
well,
I am who I am.
you could be different, but you can't be fucking full blown AIDS retarded talking about pterodactyl porn in public. You know, there's a difference between like letting like a quirk out and then
Yeah.
you know making sure you save your hot sauce for for someone that's not gonna lose their shit over it.
I wanted to ask you, who do you think, like, if you had to put us on a scale, 0 to 10, 10 being the weirdest,
Yeah.
what would you rate the people who performed the pterodactyl porn on a 0 to 10? Like, 10 being the weirdest thing you've ever seen in your fucking life. Like, that shouldn't even
Yeah.
be humanly possible.
Dude, I feel like it's lower than you think. Cause like they're probably just trying to get paid or like fuck a girl, like whatever their motivations are.
See,
And,
like, you gotta
like,
think, like, to this girl, she's just having sex with 5 dudes. And some girls really like that. So, I mean, she's either like, maybe they paid her nothing and she just did it for enjoyment.
Yeah.
And, like, she knew all 5 dudes. You don't know.
See, dude, like, on first hearing that question, I would say like a 9, but I almost want to bump
that's
that.
high.
I would almost want to bump that down to like a fucking 6. Because like there's some truly weird people out there, and bear in mind these people doing pterodactyl porn were in masks, so they do have some sort of anonymity.
Really?
To them, dude. They were wearing a fucking pterodactyl mask, bro.
They had masks.
With the fucking like
even the
face
girl.
coming out.
Did the girl have masks?
No, the girl had nothing
okay,
on.
Good.
Dude.
That's good.
All the dudes, full blown pterodactyl suits with their cocks out.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wings, the fucking beak, and everything.
I would probably do that.
Dude,
except I have tattoos, and that makes me identifiable, so everyone would know I'm a pterodactyl.
It was fucking, dude, it was.
Wait,
I'm telling
no.
You, it was a full-blown pterodactyl costume. They were full covered,
just
except for their fucking cocks out. Maybe their pants were off, or like they had like high socks or shorts or like underwear on or something, but like you couldn't see their faces, you couldn't see their arms. They were fully dressed as pterodactyls.
I would absolutely do that for free.
Free. I feel like in a weird way that makes it less weird because there's the anonymity to it where you don't know who the fuck they are. You're kind of just dicking around. Maybe you're getting paid. Maybe you just want to fuck a girl. Maybe you just want to tell your buddies you made a porno. Whereas like there are really fucking strange people out there. Like if you ever see like those like real life Barbie or like synthol dudes, like the real life Barbie's gotten like 10,000 plastic surgeries to look like Barbie, or like the dudes that inject themselves with synthol like so massive that their fucking arms are about to fall off and shit.
They're
like
literally
those
not functioning arms anymore.
No, those are far stranger people than someone that would dress up in a costume to fuck a girl.
Yeah, like that's relatively a normal thing to do.
Yeah, and they're also like
what are the consequences? You remain anonymous. And you get to have sex with a girl. That's literally all that happens.
Yeah, there's not.
The only bad thing is that if you're straight, you gotta look at 4 other dudes fuck the girl you're fucking. And that's not a problem for some of us. Yeah.
And I think a lot of part of being like the weirdest type of person is that you don't give a fuck what other people are seeing, because like if you're masked, you're doing your own shit. Or
shout out to all the people who don't give a fuck, because we're keeping it real out here.
There's a certain line that is just absurd to me. Like if you're a person that doesn't give a fuck, you're like, oh yeah, like I tripped in the cafeteria, everyone saw me, like whatever, like I'll just brush it off. Like that's cool, but like if you don't give a fuck and you're just like, dude, I'm just gonna like do like cartwheels down down Broad Street in Philadelphia or something, like that's fucking strange, dude. Like,
you wouldn't do cartwheels on Broad Street? What's wrong with that?
No.
Why?
First of all, I can't do a cartwheel.
You can't do a cartwheel? Are you kidding me?
Can't do a fucking cartwheel, dude.
I can do a backflip.
Yeah, except for that one time you smashed your fucking face in.
That doesn't count.
I wish I was there for that. That's funny.
That
I still have this fucking porn star up on my other monitor.
Oh, I don't.
I'm switching it back to baseball.
Ew, baseball.
Mets are getting shit on right now.
But like, is it really, you gotta understand that, like, there's no fucking possibility of you, like, influencing every person you've ever met. So, like,
No,
why
unless you're like an absolute like psychopath or something.
why would you adopt, like, I see so many people do this. They adopt, like, personalities just to try to impress people. And I
Well,
sit there and I'm like the worst quality I think you can have is being like a fake person.
like a people pleaser.
Just like fake, like that like the Red Sox or the Reds announcer. Like, you're this like good guy, baseball, big sports guy commentator in public, to the public eye, to like millions of people. And then you're just you're a bigot at the end of the day in your real life.
Yeah, well, obviously he's putting on his best personality when he's broadcasting
Yeah.
because that's what most people do as a job. Like you're not walking in to work like in front of your boss calling people retarded and
Yeah, but the
you know.
problem is, like, if you're
But
not,
I feel like there's some people that literally change their personalities
yeah,
to like try to fit in with some people.
like, how do
But I
you
think
get
like
that job
the
if,
majority of us, like I think like you and I, sort of just like convey different aspects of our personalities. Like we're not, you know what I mean? Like when we're talking, we're like pretty much 100% like ourselves being open, like saying whatever comes to mind. But unless you're just a sociopath and yeah, whatever. Uh, but I mean,
I'm
like
beginning
that
to learn that
relationship is,
that could be true, and that's
uh,
not even
yeah, it's
frightening to
possible.
me.
But but I mean, like like the way that we talk to each other and the relationship that we have is different than what you have with
Yeah,
like
like,
your mom, which
clearly
is
I'm
different
not
than what
gonna
you have with
speak
your
to
boss.
everybody the way I speak to you.
Yeah, exactly. So you just like if you think about it as like a set of levels, like on a mixer, you're just like sort of turning some up and some down depending on
Yeah,
like your social awareness of the
but some people
situation.
like go from all the levers at all the slides all the way at the bottom to just full on cranking that shit up, like totally different
Yeah,
person.
or not even on a vertical plane. Some people like fucking figure out a way to move that shit to the right. You know, like they just become a totally different
Yeah.
person than like or you know, like they have that desire to be like liked or wanted so badly or to like fit in that they just like they it's not even that those levels are on that vertical plane of their personality. It's like they literally like shift over to adopting another personality just to pretend like they fit in, which like I think that's the line that's like fucked up.
Dude, if anybody ever listens to this, the greatest life advice you could ever get is fucking stop trying to fit in. Like,
Yeah.
why do you want to conform to what you think other people think are cool? Like, you're one of 7 billion motherfuckers. You don't matter. Just fucking
Yeah,
be who you
I
want
think
to
that's
be.
something that like is a lot easier to accept when you're like our age, like mid 20s
Yeah,
because like when you're in like middle school, high school, people are constantly like trying to find ways to
dude.
bully people or put people down and like it's harder to like not fit in whereas now it's like you only deal with the people that you want to deal with, you know. Whereas like before, it's like you had to be surrounded by a bunch of fuckheads that just wanted to like feel better about themselves and put people down. So like it was a lot harder to like not be a conformist in certain areas.
Yeah, it's crazy how the way you grow up can influence you so much.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I mean everything from your schooling to like your family, where you live, the amount of money that you have, like, you know, everything like that. It's pretty crazy.
Dude, I go back to my hometown nowadays and I'm like, I can't spend more than like 10 minutes here. It's like, it just hurts my brain. It
Yeah,
makes
and I mean,
me feel like,
you come from a very different town than me,
yeah, the
so like,
boonies, dude.
yeah, you come from the fucking boondocks, like fucking Hicksville, whereas I'm more of like a like town that I've sort of been like more generally surrounded by with people in like my my life, you know, like people that
Yeah.
we went to college with are more similar to that than like people that from
Not a
your
lot of
hometown that
people
we went to
make
college
it to
with.
college from where I'm from, dude.
Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, that's even like we live in the same state, and like that's crazy. Like people from
Yeah, 5 hours
your
away.
hometown, like hardly, like maybe like 70% of people go to college, and like in my town, like if you don't go to college, you're kind of a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
kind of a
like
piece.
it's expected that you go to college.
Yeah, I come from where like if you go to college, it's like whoa, like you went to school.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. But I feel like you can get mad pussy that way. Like if you went home, you're like, "All right, what's up, bitches? I got a college degree." They're like, "Oh my god, let me see your cock."
But
Whereas like
like
me, if I went home, I was like, "I got a college degree." They're
I've
like,
also realized like
"Congratulations."
the hometown 10 is like a city 6. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that even goes city to city. Like
Yeah.
you know, like New York,
Yeah,
like
clearly the hottest
sixes
woman in New
are like
York is going to
way
be you.
fucking hotter than Pittsburgh sixes. You
Yeah.
know, like you
Although
see a
not to say
semi-attractive.
that I mean beauty is subjective, so like you're going to
It's all
find
relative
yeah, you're
though,
going to
you
find
know.
beauties everywhere you go.
Oh yeah, but it's all relative. I mean, like the population density is higher in like those big metropolitan cities, and also just if you come from like a small town in fucking Kentucky, like the hottest girl you know is probably fucking 50th hottest girl at a fucking New York school. You know,
50th? Like a
maybe
high
I don't know,
school?
something like that. But I mean, there's outliers everywhere. I'm not gonna like say that there aren't, but I'm like, you know what I'm saying, where it's like you, you're
Can I
the
be honest with you?
no.
I'm going to be honest with you right now. You want to know the reason I went to Pitt?
Because you thought the girls were hot.
Kind of, kind of. So here I am. When I was in high school, my parents made me work a 7 to 3 job, cutting grass, 40 hours a week. That's what I did in the summer. So here I am around all these like hard like fucking grizzly dudes, and you know how like have you ever been to like a shop where it's just a bunch of like construction dudes and like you go to the bathroom and there's just playboys all over the
Yeah.
fucking. So I
Oh,
go
so
in
you went
there.
to get out of this fucking jock stench hole of
Eh,
wherever you were.
I go in there and I I open the Playboy magazine as I'm on the toilet, and they had a thing called Women of the ACC. And I saw this girl who was in there, and she was like one of the hottest girls I've ever seen in my entire life. And I was like, yeah, yeah, that's good enough.
Damn. Yeah, some people take their college like applications so seriously. I'm just a fuckhead of a person. I was just like, as long as I get into a decent school, I'll be
Yeah,
cool.
whatever. I
I
really
like
wanted to
I
go to Arizona State, dude, but my mom wouldn't let me.
damn, she's probably smart on that part.
Yeah.
But
I mean, not that it turned out great, but like hindsight is
dude,
fucking
your
2020.
experience in Arizona State would have been 4 times worse, dude. But no, dude, like I know people that applied to like 10, 15, 20 schools.
How many did
I was
you
just
apply
like,
to?
bro, I think I applied to like 4 or 5.
Really?
Like,
Guess how many
yeah,
I
like
applied
I'm
to?
just one.
One.
um, yeah, dude, like I was just like, I fucking hate applying to shit. This is stupid.
Dude,
I
my
don't know anything
parents were
about these
always like,
schools anyway.
write all these essays, and I'm like, dude, I'm not writing a fucking essay. Like, I'm not. I can't. I don't want
Yeah,
to write
it's
a
just
fucking
so annoying.
essay.
Like, there was like, you remember like Common App where you could apply to like a lot of schools with the same application.
Yeah.
A lot of schools I wanted to apply to weren't on there, so I was like, I don't want to do like 10 fucking applications, and I was like, I don't know shit about these schools anyway. I think
Yeah.
I applied to 5 schools. I visited 2 of them.
I
It was
visited
Pitt and Penn State.
I visited Carnegie Mellon and Pitt.
Yeah, I visited. So I took a trip out to Pitt. I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. And
Dude,
then
did you have
on my way
your...
back, I hit Penn State, and I was like, this place is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
And then
Penn
I
State's
went
fucking
home,
stupid.
got my acceptance letter from Pitt. I was like, all right, I'm going here. Like, that was the amount of research that I did into the
Did
subject.
you do like the Pitt beginnings thing? Where you had to like
The Pitt
stay
start?
over? Yeah, whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
start.
You
Yeah,
like stayed over?
yeah.
What did you do?
Um, so actually, I live with three other people, as you know, freshman year in like a suite. One of the kids I was gonna live with was also on that program, so
Oh, you had a
I
friend.
talked to him. So Nick. So
Oh yeah.
I talked to him, and then we met a couple other kids in the program, and I think we were all like sharing a room or like something like that. And we just kind of came back and we were just sitting around like shooting the shit. And of course we're all like, "Oh yeah, dude, like let's hang out like when we get to Pitt, like we're gonna be friends, like this is tight." Never saw two of those kids again. This kid I've lived with, so I obviously saw him. We were friends, but not like crazy good friends or anything, you
Yeah.
know. But I'm pretty sure half the time we were figuring out how to smoke pot without getting caught, and we just didn't because we didn't want to get kicked out of school before we
Yeah.
started.
That'd have been legendary though. Dude, when I went to Pit Start, I had a broken leg and I left at like noon.
Damn.
They literally had me like walking all the way around the campus. I'm like, I can't do this shit anymore. Get me the fuck out of here. So I just left. I was like, yeah, I'm leaving.
I mean, like at the time it was cool because you're like, fuck yeah, I'm going to college. Like I'm sleeping over, like whatever. But now it's like if I had to go back and do that shit, I'm like, this is fucking stupid. I don't need
Yeah, I
this
don't
guy.
want to do this
I don't need this
shit.
goddamn orientation. Just put me in a fucking room. But you know. All right. This isn't a good segue, but it's my next topic, and I feel like we had a better segue before. But I want to ask you,
Fuck segways, dude.
what?
Fuck segways. Who
Oh,
cares?
yeah, we don't need them. Uh, do you think that people pretend to be retarded
Yeah,
to get
absolutely.
benefits out of life?
I'm not gonna say there's a large population of
No,
people who do it, but yeah, there's more than zero.
there's usually more than zero for almost anything.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I would say that like I don't think people like pretend to be like fully like incapable of doing shit. But people like so there's like a spectrum of autism and shit, you know, like people that are very like high on the spectrum, high functioning, I wouldn't be surprised if they pretend that they're much less capable than they are
Dude, there's no
to
way that
try to
you...
get out of things. Like people milk like handicaps like so they can get good parking and shit.
There's no way you can't tell me that, like, have you ever seen, like, the girl who can hear any song and then immediately play it on the piano?
I mean, those are like savants, dude. Those are
Like, that
crazy
has
ass.
to be a form of autism, no?
Possibly. I'm not
That's,
sure.
like... Dude, that's not
I
how,
mean,
like,
dude,
a
I
normal functioning brain works.
no. I don't know if that's a gift or if it's
Like,
some
that
sort
can't
of
be just, like, a increase in brain size or, like, cognitive ability. That's, like...
no.
That's, like,
I mean,
hearing something
the only point
differently.
to that would be like people have perfect pitch.
Yeah.
Like it's a rare thing, but if you have perfect pitch, you know exactly what you're hearing. You can replay it. I've known people with that, and it's like pretty fucking. I wish I had that because it would be incredibly helpful as a musician. But dude, I this one kid that I grew up with and I'm kind of friends with, and like we played music together for like 10 years probably throughout school and gigging in bands and stuff. He's like not not like officially on the spectrum, but he definitely
Wait,
is,
who are we
you know.
talking about?
You don't know him.
Oh, I don't know.
No, it was like a middle school, high school, like
I thought you were
friend
talking about
and shit like that.
Gabe for sure.
now that you mention it, that is also on the table. Actually, I'm gonna consider both of these people in this situation now because they're both very similar. They're both incredibly smart, also can be very fucking socially unaware and stupid at times, but also are two of like the biggest musical geniuses I've ever met. Like they're both incredibly talented at music.
Yeah, dude,
They're
that's what I'm
both
saying. You got to be like a kind of psychopath in order to have like extreme artistic talent.
not a psychopath,
Not a
but like
psychopath, but like a form of just like
some
seeing
sort
things
of some
differently.
sort of quirk.
Yeah.
Yeah, like something in your brain just and like I know a lot of people like that. Like another kid that I went to high school with had like like fairly high functioning autism, but he's an amazing fucking artist, dude. Like he's really good at art. And I think people like that, they just like hone in on whatever like they're interested in and they just become like obsessed with it
Yeah.
and like they dedicate so much time and they just have some sort of different like awareness to it that they're just able to excel like so high functionally at it like better than the normal person. But
It's crazy, dude. I
but
don't understand it. I
I
don't
don't know, man.
know.
It's
Like it's
really
hard to as one of the people who's not like exceptionally talented at something, it's hard to visualize how people who are talented at something see cuz like I have no sense of like artistic instincts and just like seeing some of the things that people come up with is nuts.
yeah, it's crazy. I would say like I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not exceptional at
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Like I'm sort of like I'm like a jack of all trades of like everything that I do. Like um
Trying to market yourself here, Matt.
yeah, it's my new Instagram name, jack of
Matt
all
the
trades.
jack of all trades.
No, like I'm good at what I put my mind to, but I'm not like I have like a certain sense of like laziness or demotivation towards
Yeah.
like pursuing anything
I
to
have
like the
like
higher degree.
ADHD. I can't like focus on one thing for
Yeah,
more than
exactly. Like I jump around between five different things instead of putting all my effort into one different
yeah.
thing. So like I'm good at a lot of stuff, but I'm not the best at anything that I do.
That's a lot of us.
Yeah, I would say that's most, but dude, the sad thing, like some people don't have anything. Like I literally dude, I went on a Tinder date maybe year and a half ago, and we're sitting down, worst Tinder date I've ever had. Like worst date I've ever had. I go to her house. She drives us to like and then she drives us to like a local bar that she's familiar with. We sit down, get drinks, start talking. Conversation's not going anywhere. And then she's like, "Oh, so like, do you have any hobbies?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, like I like to play the saxophone. I like to bowl. I like to listen to music. Like do blah blah blah. Like whatever else. I work out. Whatever else I like to do." And she's like, "Are those really hobbies though?" And I'm like, what do you consider a hobby? And she's like,
Masturbating.
yeah, she's like, I don't know, like knitting or something. I'm like,
How
well, those
is
are like
a
pretty
hobby
much
just
the
something you
same.
choose to
It's
do in your
something you
free
do for
fucking
fun.
time?
Yeah, it's something you do for fun. And that you probably like get better at. And then I'm like, all right, so what hobbies do you have? And she's like, uh, I like to drink. And it's
Uh,
like, what, dude? You are you kidding me? I just gave you like six things that I like to do. You shit on them, and then you said drinking alcohol is your hobby.
yeah.
And then to follow that up, the check came, and I paid, which like I'm cool with on a first date, whatever. But she didn't even acknowledge the fact that I paid. She didn't say thank you. She didn't do anything. She just said, "Okay, you ready to go?" And then we went back to her house, watched one episode of Netflix, and I said, "All right, I think I should get going." And she said, "Yeah, okay." Dumbest fucking date I've ever had, dude.
How much money did you Venmo her?
No, I paid, and she didn't Venmo me shit. Oh, you mean for hanging out with me?
We all know how this date started. Hey,
Oh my
Here's
and she wasn't
$10.
it wasn't even really hot. I was like, yeah,
Awfully
okay, I'll go ahead
hypocritical
and
of
pay
yourself
you.
there, Matt. When you're the
Jesus
guy
Christ.
that's paying for the Tinder dates.
That was the worst 3 hours of my life.
Well, that was a good hour and 15 of my life. And I think that's a place to
Probably.
call it.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to call it. All right, so we're gonna upload this shit. If you're watching the video, thank you. If you're listening to the podcast, thank you.
The
If you
socials are
tuned
there. Matt's got
turned
one
out-
over there. There's one up there. Follow it. Tell your friends.
yeah, we got a main account. He's got an account. I've got an account. If you logged off early, you're probably fucking smart.
Yeah.
But thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you next week.
Peace, folks.